I'm here to speak about how disgusting I think it is that the city manager get a 7.5% pay increase and that it be retroactive. I know when I come up here a lot of times I have positive things to say and sometimes I have negative things to say and they're not always taken the way I mean them. But in this particular situation, I think that you guys really need to dig deep and think about how your employees feel, because I understand that Bob's done a great job for you guys from your high view, okay? He does a good job of presenting things to you, he helps make decisions, and frankly, he makes your job a lot easier by the things that he presents. But from the union that I represent and the employees that I represent, which are 800 of the employees in the city of Wichita, which is a greater number than any of the other departments or any of the other unions that you guys represent. However, the employees that I represent also get the smallest amount of raise per employee. In fact, I got several phone calls last week and got cussed out and called several different names and told that our union was a horrible organization because of the contract that had been negotiated. So understand that your employees don't really think that Bob's done a great job in negotiating contracts. They feel like he's given them peanuts. And I don't want to say anything about police and fire because they deserve the money that they've received, and I appreciate the council members stepping up for those employees because we have been way far behind for a long time. And it was interesting that the term right-sized was used earlier. Thank you for using that. Because that's what Bob's done for the last several years is right-size our community. And we've lost a lot of jobs. We've privatized a lot of city properties, city ways that the city does things have been put off to other people under Bob's watch. And so I'm going to ask you guys to consider to give Bob the 1.5% that the classified employees got and maybe a 2.5% step increase because he thinks that that's all the employees are worth that show up in the middle of the night and keep your water going. That's how apparently he feels about the employees who go and make sure that if the water mains are broke, they get fixed, repair your streets, make sure that things are running in this city. And it's a real slap in the face to those employees when they see you give him a 7.5% pay increase, knowing that many of those employees have had their raises deferred because their managers can't seem to get their evaluations done on time. I've got employees who wait 180 plus days in order to get the raise that they're supposed to get on a particular day of the year because their managers don't think it's important to get their evaluations done on time. These are the types of things that Bob's in charge of. So while he does well for y'all, I would expect you to look at some of these other things because the employees that work for you, the biggest majority of employees that work for you, feel like they're mistreated. They feel like they're mistreated through compensation, and as a union, I have some difficulty with the narrative being put out by staff. I wrote a letter to HR and Troy Houtman a while back acknowledging that SEIU believes that employees should be able to get two-step pay increases. And we've asked for this several times in negotiations, but the city are the ones that defer to it all the time. However, when employees ask their supervisors, how can I get a two-step raise? I just completed a college degree. How do I get a two-step raise? I just went above and beyond. You know what they say? They say, well, that's your union's fault. That's the union contract's fault. And folks, that's an unfair labor practice. For them to have a false narrative about why they can't get extra money to feed their families and quit working their second jobs, because Bob makes enough money, he's not working a second job. And if you give him a 7.5% pay increase, that is a gross amount of money for one individual in the city. We should start sharing things more evenly amongst the people that really make this city work. And I hope that you'll take these recommendations into consideration. Thank you very much.